Welcome to the Onebar Lupagus Show, your daily source for everything Minnesota Vikings.
All right, welcome back to Onebar Lupagus Show. On One Bar with Lupagus. We're going to tackle the top 5 losers in the Vikings win against the Bears. Let's be clear, Vikings are not losers. I hate doing these videos, especially after such a big win. But we're going to talk about the top 5 losers. Vikings, want to know, hit that sub, comment, like the video. Lupagus, let's talk some losers.
Yeah, and none of us are losers when the Vikings go to Chicago on the road, Monday Night Football, and we squeak out a 27-24 victory, a game we probably had no business winning. But you know what? It was a gritty-ass performance, great second half, great fourth quarter by your Minnesota Vikings. But, yes, there's a reason why we were in that spot. Let's start with the guy we just traded for, Adam Thielen, 0 for 0. Yes, he had a 2-point conversion. He also had a horrible drop. Just didn't really have any kind of impact on this game. And for a guy who was kind of brought in to help out young J.J. McCarthy, I think he failed him week 1.
He did, but he's not. This won't be a trend. The issue is he had one target. He had one target, and he had one drop. 2-point conversion. He, like we said during the live, he caught it and basically like threw it. He knew he had a bad game. You saw him pissed off on the sidelines. This isn't the Adam Thielen that we were going to expect or see, but he need to bail out McCarthy on that one catch, and he didn't do it. That's why he's on there. He just didn't get the targets. That's going to go up. But yeah, he didn't show up today.
He didn't, and I'm very disappointed and very upset.
Well, if he had like 7 targets and 0 receptions, I'd be more upset. But he just didn't see the ball at all. Who else we got on this list?
Let's go to a guy you're clamoring for. I thought actually he played well, but you're not on the same page as me. Ivan Pace, yes, I missed the sack and a really bad penalty late that kept the Bears alive in this thing.
Yeah, I mean, really, at this point, you got to be picky. There's not a ton to pick from, but Pace, the slip, the sack that he completely missed, the penalty that was a little ticky-tacky, like a lot of people, was that a penalty? Was it not? The fact that it was a penalty, and then the Bears ended up scoring on that drive to make it an actual ball game. Pace, we know he's not going to be good in coverage, but you know, at this point, I know you think he did have a decent game, but like I just expectations for him are too high right now. And Eric Wilson had a good game. Finish the sack. Don't make stupid penalties.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one who missed a sack tonight, but that penalty was just dumb at that point in the game. After
the sack he missed, though, was the worst missed sack of the game.
I know. There was a couple that were pretty bad, but yeah, his was right up toward the top of that. Let's go to our punter, Ryan Wright. I know he had a couple nice ones late, but man, early in this game, he was the reason why this thing was kind of going sideways early. Like, he had like a 31-yard punt at one point.
Ryan Wright, just the definition of consistency when it comes to punting, and he did that good one at the end. But Rye guy, man, I won't be surprised if they bring in another freaking punter on Tuesday. They like to do this week in and week out during the season. Just bring in punters.
He does better when he's got some pressure, when he's got some competition that kind of brings out the best in him.
He's gonna have a sore leg. He had 7 punts tonight.
I have a sore leg.
Well, you weren't punting, so I don't know what you were doing.
My third leg is very sore.
Okay. Who else we got?
Let's go to defensive side of the football. Let's go Jeff Okuda. He had 2 tackles tonight, but I thought he kind of got picked on. And some blown coverages tonight by the secondary. Our cornerbacks are concerned, and it did show up tonight when Caleb Williams had time to throw. Because there's a couple times, too, where there was no one even close.
Yeah, no, number 8 was definitely, I mean, if you're the Bears, that is the one you're looking at. Byron Murphy, stud. Isaiah Rodgers, fairly solid. So if there's a guy, I think they were picking on him. He should have been picked on. Bears have a lot of weapons to spread the ball around. Yeah. So Okuda, not his best game. We'll see what to expect from him week in, week out. I'm not giving up on Okuda whatsoever, but a rough day for Jeff.
Yeah, and again, with the pressure not quite hitting, getting close. Like, I mean, it's got to hit. You got to get some contact on that quarterback, and they were getting that close, and it gives some extra time in the secondary.
Well, and one last thing, I mean, Caleb Williams, we're not going to see a Caleb Williams week in and week out. The dude can extend plays. He can move around. He's quick. So, like, this was a tough task. I mean, Caleb ended up having, when all is said and done, not a great game, but in the first half, he was hot.
He was hot. He was like 10 for 10 at one point. Let's go to the biggest turd. Let's finish with the biggest turd in the bowl. The one where I did the plunger to get down the hole. It's Justin SKOL, our left tackle, filling in for Christian Darrisaw. Justin SKOL was Justin, not very cool.
I feel like anybody, whoever our backup tackle was, probably would have been the turd. Kind of like Okuda. School was the guy to pick on the offensive line, and he had a very, very bad game penalty-wise and just being a left tackle-wise. It wasn't great. Darisaw, please come back next week.
Yeah, and maybe it was the field turf that, the field conditions that, sat Darisaw down, made him, made that decision. But man, I don't think you can do that again. There won't be any turf problems at US Bank next week. So I think Darisaw will be out there. It'll be a huge improvement because, man, school.
It was more the penalties because the sacks on McCarthy. McCarthy got sacked 3 times. 2 were on him. I don't even remember the third one, if that was School or not, probably. But
there is other times where he was running for his life because of what School did.
Yeah, School had a rough go at it. And we're not going to be able to see this offensive line as a complete package until Darisaw is out there. So Justin School, sorry, man. Good depth. That's where you should be. Put you in a bad spot. That's my fault.
It's my fault. Not start again. I don't want you to ever start again.
Now that's those are our 5 losers of the game. But remember, we're not losers. We're 1-0 and a huge, beautiful comeback. Check out our winners video if you want to feel better. It'll make you feel better. Let's go.
And also, guys, remember this: the average dog can count to 5 and understands about 165 words.